it's telling me to copy the CRT certificate and then my private key. But when I downloaded the zip file, I only got the private key as a text form. But then I've got
Mm-hmm.
two certificates. One is called certificate, and the other one is called CA bundle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how do I put them inside the server. I mean, if I can share my screen, I
I
can
mean,
show you.
honestly, when it comes to certificates, I've done it maybe 2 times, so I couldn't even help you right now. Like literally, and I've done it also through like static websites,
Okay.
generators. So, for example, on a GitHub, I put my website on a GitHub, and it was super simple to get a certificate, like SSL, right? So it's a
Yeah.
HTTPS connection. But when it comes like, what server do you have? Like, what you are hosting?
I mean, to be honest, I don't even know what type of server I'm hosting in because it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me. It's
What?
just
So,
the.
what's your app? Like, what do you host? Like in
It's
general?
called register.it. It's
But
called.
what is it? I mean,
Just
you are
I
deploying
don't
some
know.
app, right? You are deploying some
Yeah.
app, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But
What's
I
the
don't know
app?
if the app it's called. Wait, what do you
It's
mean?
like a
What's
Django
the app?
project, or what is it?
No, no, it's just a normal website.
Just a static website?
Yeah.
Okay, without any server, like Node.js server in the background, without database,
No,
just a
no.
static website.
Yeah. Yeah. Without
Okay,
database.
okay. So, and where do you want to store it again? Like, what's the website to deploy
It's
it?
called register.it,
Register.it.
from which
Okay,
I bought the domain, and it automatically gives me a web space for from
I
where I
see.
can
Oh, so you
put my
bought the
stuff.
domain on register.it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I mean, honestly, mm, you can try with like a GitHub pages because it's super simple to do it, to
I tried out.
deploy the website. I mean, because when it comes to register, I have no idea at all what is it, right? But when it
Same.
comes to like static websites in general, I mean, I even posted like super quick tutorial on my YouTube. We used some static website generator, not generator, but the kind of like the hosting,
I am
where you just put files like literally in a zip file and it hosts automatically, right?
Oh
It's
wow.
super simple. But try with the GitHub pages because I know that it's super simple to put like attach the SSL there,
Okay,
and you
I
should be
try.
you should be you should be good because otherwise, I mean, yeah, I can't really help you like whenever I have no idea about this website. But yeah, glad you asked because yeah, it's really cool. I will be probably deploying my own website soon as well, so I may ask you for help then.
Yeah, why
If
not?
you're- yeah, you
So
guys
what we'll
know
be doing today?
mate, my
No,
favorite.
I didn't know that.
Oh shit.
Is it a kind of beer or something?
No, it's a mate, but with the double caffeine.
Oh, then I'm loving it.
It's really
If
good.
there's
Yeah,
coffee, I'm loving it.
it's double. Yeah, it's the same amount for like in a Red Bull actually here.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah,
I don't know
really,
if
really
you can
good.
see here. These are my veins, right? Yeah. There's just coffee inside. There's not blood. It's just coffee.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, I mean, what we'll be covering today, I think we'll continue with Django basically, right? But first, yeah, let's have some more conversation. What like, do you have any news? What were you working? Were you stuck maybe at something? I would love to hear it.
as of now, this is my first it's my first time logging on the call. I'm usually at work during this time, so
All
it's
right.
always been hard. So it's always been hard for me to get on the call. So like what I decided to do going forward, I guess at 3 o'clock on Wednesday, I'll just take my lunch break.
Okay. Damn,
Yeah,
that's like nice sacrifice. Really appreciate it. Really
yeah.
appreciate
So
it.
but so where I'm at in the profitable programmer, I'm on. Well, I told Quasi, I told Quasi that I was gonna relearn everything because I was very inconsistent with the program.
Yeah.
I went into the projects, and I got far as creating the turtle with the square. And
Mm-hmm.
so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna redo everything and then just start being more consistent and putting more time into it and getting on the call. So last Sunday I got on the call with Quasi and
Mm-hmm.
showed me how to make a app, a to-do list app. So that was very impressive. So now I just have to hold myself accountable
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So I can't be at my desk on a laptop and stuff like that. And so I'll just be watching you and paying attention. If I have questions, I'll just ask you guys.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a really good approach, honestly. Yeah, I mean, and also those calls are more for this, right? It's this call is more about actually solving like kind of like your issues. If you have any questions, then it's great to ask. So, I mean, yeah, for the last few calls, we are basically building the project together, but still it was more that we discuss it here and then like all of the people here were building this in a free time, right? That's the main purpose, right? Because you grow and learn the most if you build actually stuff by your own, right? And later on the call, we just summarize stuff and so on. So yeah, that's good. That yeah, you just need to listen and ask if you are stuck, and yeah, that would be perfect. So if it's your like your lunch break in the work, you can also enjoy, and it's I believe. All right, cool. So, guys, and the projects you worked on, did you read the documentation of Django? I asked you,
Yes.
or did you work with Django a little bit?
Yes, I went to the documentation, Jacob.
Nice. Okay.
It's like it's C, I should say.
It's like what? C?
C, it's so big, that whole documentation.
It's huge. It's huge.
I just wonder how you managed. I remember you said that you had read the documentation completely.
Not completely. I didn't read completely documentation. I read like the most important things actually.
Okay.
Right? And the thing is, so because the documentation, how it's structured is you have like the I would say most important parts, and then you have kind of references when you're like super deep. So you don't have to go super deep to learn every single function. You just need to know like the general concept, and then once you're stuck, you know where to look for, right?
Yes, it's a very good documentation. I like the presentation.
It's really, yeah. But have you tried some projects, guys, or something? I know that I didn't give you like any project.
I made a project.
Oh, you made a project. Nice. You want to share it?
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, let me see if you can share actually. Yeah, I think you can share. That would be cool. I also saw, Nazir, that you got like some nice lights, nice setup. Pretty good. RGB. So you are using the Windows with what is it? This is a PowerShell. So it's
Yes,
so it's
PowerShell
not
7.
Okay, so it's still not Bash here. It's a Windows thing.
Yes, you can I can run Bash here.
Oh, that's great. Okay, wow, that's pretty cool.
And here is another version of Ubuntu with ZSH.
Damn, Windows actually gets better for programming. Nice. All right. And you got a Hyper and ZSH. That's pretty cool. All right. Yeah. Show us what you've built. I can tell you that for last 7 days, I've been working with Django every single day as well. I'm also building like the freelance project right now. Pretty cool. So actually it's great that we are discussing Django here, because meanwhile, I'm also doing Django in my like other time. So basically, yeah, I will be able to answer like more complex questions. And I'm also working with Django with templates right now. So it's not like a Django REST framework. So this is also cool, because whenever you start Django, you obviously go with Django with templates. So you have everything in one project.
What is Django?
Django. So basically, Django is the framework, website framework for with Python. So you can create the full stack applications, full stack websites with Python, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? So as a backend, so the whole operations on the server side, so operating with data, getting data from database, doing some different calculations, maybe sending some API requests and so on, you do with Python. And on the front, what's the name of this? Like the front end, right? So what you see and so on, right? So this is, for example, right, what Nazir is showing us. This is the front end, right? You build this with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? And it's all like together. So it's really powerful framework to start building websites.
Got you.
And on the calls we are basically right now, like for our next few calls, we'll probably stick to it because we started last week with like literally going through basics. Today will be continuing, but in some point I really want you, I want you guys to we will all go together and think about the project we can all create. So it will be something similar to Check.io bot, and we'll be all working together on this. I think it will be cool. And it will be also cool for you because you'll have chance to put this to your resume. All right, Nazir, what's that? Select. It's the, what is it?
It's just nothing fancy in the front end, just Bootstrap.
Okay.
Okay. I use the Unsplash API for these images so that whenever someone goes to this website, he will see different pictures.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah, so there's an API request for pictures, and every time there will be different. Cool, man. Looks good.
This is basically Django. So I have created a for contact form. Like if someone wants to contact us, they can provide anything.
Okay. Nice, man. And does it send actually the mail? Did you connect this to the SMTP?
Yes.
Oh shit.
What? No. What is SMTP?
SMTP. So the server. Wait, hold on. What's the name? SMTP.
Jacob.
Yeah.
You can actually do the same thing you do in PHP. You know, when you've got the main function in PHP.
Okay.
How can you do it with Python?
I mean,
you have to manually connect Python.
One second. So I'll answer just in 1 second. Okay, let me just finish on this part. So basically, I ask you, Nazir, for a SMTP, which is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. So in Django, when you provide credentials to SMTP, you are able to send mails from your server. So basically, whenever you, for example, have personal website with Django or some big project for a company, and there's the form contact us, or it doesn't have to be form contact us, but for example, it may be some function which, for example, gather the whole data and generates a PDF file and sends this once a day for all of your customers or whatever, then you will need to connect it to this SMTP, which is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. So it actually sends the mail, for example, through Gmail or through whatever server you have. So I just ask you if does it actually send the mail or just display it in the console now?
No. They contact us. So they send their emails and their queries, and we save them in the database.
Oh, in the database. Okay, yeah, it's all good. Oh, yeah. It's on this.
You can see them in admin.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so this is a models.py. Perfect. Yeah, all good, man. Nice, great job. I mean, as you started, really cool. Like for 1 week, dude. really cool.
I also did this course.
Oh shit! Oh shit! This guy is killing it. 1 week he got the certificate, a Django project.
Well done.
Nice, man. Good job. Cool. So you'll be our Django expert now. We need some help. Yeah. So again, what was the question about this PHP stuff?
Yeah, I was saying, when you build like a contact form, at least that's from my end, I usually do a script in PHP which gets the data from the contact form and a kind of structure, an HTML structure, which then gets sent by an email from address and the body object, I think. I don't know if I'm explaining it good enough.
Yeah, so you're asking how to do it in a Django.
Yeah, basically, with Python.
Okay.
I mean, how can I send mail with Python? Because in PHP, it's really easy. It's straightforward. Just get the data,
so
write mail, and then you send it.
I mean, there's a difference how to send mail with Python, and there's a difference how to send mail with Django itself, right? So, for example, in Python, all you need to do is import some library. Probably, I can't remember. Like, if you type like Python send the mail, there will be like the first one to send the mail. and then you just need to provide those credentials, right? So the SMTP credentials, and that's it. You just create the object like mail, whatever. There's a title, subject, so on, and you just send it. Boom. So it's super simple. It's like I'm pretty sure you can do it with one line in Python. It's whenever you have something in PHP, I'm pretty sure you can do it like 3 times faster in Python. at least. But yeah, I mean, if you know PHP, then Python will be super simple for you. That's like super simple. And in Django, yeah, it's also similar, but like the thing with Django is that you have a lot of stuff which is like in the Django way, and you gotta just learn them from the documentation. There's no workaround. So there's a Django and Flask. So those are like 2 main like backend server actually frameworks, which allows you to create web applications. So in Flask, it's super straightforward, and you decide what to do, how to do it. There's no single convention, but in the Django, it's actual the convention, how to do stuff. And this is why also it's super powerful, because it comes with a lot of stuff which is already pre-built when you create your first application. And for example, the app which Nazir just showed you, I believe that it's when you know how to do a Django, it's super fast and simple to do it. So it's super cool about it.
Okay.
And I mean, we can also even like create the quick Python script which sends the mail even today, if you want, guys. Yeah, it's super simple thing. And we got more people. We got we got Sonny.
Hey.
We got David. What's up?
I thought I'd give it a watch.
Nice, you're learning Python now.
That's it, dude. I was gonna ask actually. This might help a lot of people out. When it comes to Python, Jacob, so we run our Python scripts every day. How do we do that? And how, like, I think that might benefit everyone.
Okay, like you mean the one I created for ConvertKit,
exactly.
For example. Okay, yeah. So Python is super powerful when it comes to automation in general, right? Whenever you have repetitive task on your computer, you can create the script for it in Python. So for example, as a Clever Programmer business, we are using a special tool for sending the mails to actually you and other customers. And the thing is with this software, it's like the website, that they store all of our data, but they don't have any API. And we also want to store this data to do some like calculations, see which mails is actually good, which are bad, right? Which mail has a good open rate and so on. And the software doesn't allow to do any of those, nothing at all, right? So what I built recently is I built the scraper, like the Python script, which goes to this website. It logins automatically, getting all of the data from this website. So we have there's like 70 pages of mails. So it goes through 70 pages, and then it gets all of this data. It format it in a really cool, nice, let's say format, put it to the spreadsheet and store it in the kind of a Google Drive, but it's called S3 from Amazon. And this script is also deployed, which means that this script is automatically run every single day. So whenever we send new mail, they're on this software from this company, like it's called ConvertKit. And my script basically reads all of the new mails and append it to the database, which is kind of just an Excel, right? So this is how you do it in Python, and it's called also cron job. Cron job is basically not only for Python scripts, it's for Bash scripts. Basically everything you can execute in a shell, you can do it with the cron job. So it's a repetitive task. And this is also why I love Python, right? Because you automate stuff and then you just run it automatically. And yeah, that's pretty powerful. I believe we can also with Node.js, stuff like this, and PHP probably. I mean, everything which is kind of like the server side, you can probably build stuff like this, right?
Yeah, and there's a massive benefit to learning Python, because I mainly code in JavaScript, and where it would take me pretty much like 30 to 50 lines of code to do like a very simple thing, Jacob probably always writes it in like 5 lines of code.
It's a one-liner. It's a bigger one.
It'll be 5 lines, and then it'll be just one massive line. So that just shows you Python. There's a lot of power in Python, especially with automations. And if you ever find yourself doing a task that you do every single day, be sure that you can definitely automate that with Python. And it's massively valuable. And we do so many internal tools, and we build a bunch of internal tools that Jacob's always building and showing us how to build. And it's amazing, and it's really, really cool. And it's one of those things where if any of you guys code in a different language, or you do some side stuff in that, Python's always a language which I think everyone should know regardless. So regardless if you're in like a web dev stack, or you're doing something else in Java, Python is always going to be something which I would always go to and use as the one to handle my automations, or handle something where I don't want to code a lot, but I want to do a lot of stuff from it. Even like sending emails, just like Jacob said, it's so easy to send an email from Python. Whereas in JavaScript, you have to do a bunch of stuff, and it's just not worth it, depending on what you're doing. But Python is always something to learn. Yeah, definitely.
And also, it's, I would say, the king when it comes to those tasks with actually the data analysis. I mean, all of the people who are like literally data scientists, they use Python for their work. Like there's a R programming language, but I don't think many people actually use it. People in universities learn it, but normally people use Python for everything with different libraries. So especially when you combine automation with like some data analysis, some calculations, Python is the best for it, right? So yeah,
100%.
I highly recommend. And also what I know about high schools and so on. So when I was in high school, they forced me, the first programming language was C and C++. This is how I started, right? Like they forced me to do this, and it was like, I mean, yeah, okay, it teaches you a lot, but you just hate it. Like I hated it. I couldn't do anything with it. Like I could just print those stars in my console, like this Christmas tree from stars. That was all I could do for 3 years of my programming in C. But right now, actually, they switched to Python. Literally, they actually propose Python as a first programming language because it's so simple and so fast. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. Definitely.
Okay, Jacob.
Yeah.
One thing, when I was in university and study math, first language they teach us was through Pascal.
Pascal, yeah, but I mean, it's already like people don't use it anymore. But yeah, I mean, I can believe, right? Yeah, back in time, it was Pascal.
First language. Pascal is my first language. Yeah.
Wait, my father.
Mine too.
My father. Really, yours too. Oh my God, really?
Fortran also.
When he was trying to graduate from school, the first language he learned was COBOL.
Cobalt.
COBOL, yeah. No, not Cobalt. COBOL. I don't know if you know the language. Yeah.
COBOL, yeah.
Is that the
Fortran also
language? No,
sorry?
Is that the language that they use to program processors and CPUs and stuff?
Exactly, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay, guys, who was doing assembly? Who was doing assembly? I was learning assembly.
I was learning assembly too at school. I just finished learning some of it.
Yeah, useless.
And the only thing we did was like how to hack a video card just by assembly. Like instead of basically inverting the colors with assembly. That's all we learned.
So
I mean, yeah, you can't really do a lot with assembly, I believe. But yeah, I mean, yeah, whenever you go, like people go and study computer science, there's so much useless stuff you will never use. But
I know, right?
This is how it is. This is how it is.
In fact, when I had my graduation exam for computer studies, I did a thesis which was just about logic ports and logic gates and security, networking security, and that's all I. And it was
that's the problem. That's the problem.
20% of the thing we studied in the whole years.
This is the most problem with going to universities actually nowadays. I mean, a lot of people just the problem which I believe is once you, for example, when you had a different career path in the past, right, and then you want to switch, going to universities is the worst you can do because you probably waste like 2 or 3 years on this shit you will never use, right? So this is why I actually love like courses or boot camps because they literally just give you what you need and then you can start right away. I mean, of course you will have those gaps in your knowledge. That's like normal thing, but you can learn and fulfill them very quickly, in my opinion.
100%. I think debunk the myth of you need a degree when you're coding. It's just rubbish. Like I have a degree and I never show my degree.
Dude, you
And
have
if
masters,
anything,
Sonny. You have masters. This guy has a master degree.
yeah, so that's even worse, right? Guys, I did university and I did a master's, and if I could do it all again, I would spend 4 years doing boot camps, and I would say you would be way ahead of what you would learn in uni, because what you're actually learning is applicable. You run into bugs, you run into actual problems that you're going to be facing in real life. Whereas at uni, you're just kind of doing theory.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's true. As a contrast, I can say I have 3 years of experience, like commercial, like literally working for companies, and I'm first in my first year. So you see the difference. You see the difference. But yeah, for me, like I mean, I literally just wanted to have this degree. I haven't attended any lecture this year. I did nothing. Then the exams came. I was like, fuck, I need to choose what I want to pass this year. Literally 2 days before I read, okay, I'll take like automation tests, clean code, stuff like this. I didn't really know like that much theory, but I showed my projects, everything. And the professor was like, literally, dude, how? How you know all of this, but you can't shit like, yeah. He asked me some literally theory, and I was like, I don't really know, but I would say this should be like this should be like this, because I was working with senior developers who like they teach me like over 3 years how to literally do clean code, right, and good conventions, and I just didn't know those names, how they are all called, and the professor like literally was so shocked when he looked at all of this. But yeah,
that's a massive pro tip as well, finding a mentor. Like even these coaching courses, using Jacob as your mentor. If you can literally, there's 1,000. I mean, I don't know how many people are in this course, but there's so many people. There's hundreds and hundreds of people in this course. If you can find like a partner up with someone, make friends in the course, they're eventually going to get ahead of you in one area, and then they'll become your mentor for that area. And then you just keep literally jumping and finding new mentors. And what it's going to do is it's going to take what would have taken you 6 hours of debugging, and they'll teach you it in 20 minutes. And that is a massive shortcut. And that is really where you can just streamline your development. And you'll find when you go into your first job, the reason why you'll find you'll learn so quickly is usually because you'll have a senior developer who you're just constantly mirroring and looking up to. And they'll be like, your code, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that.
You get your first code review, and you're basically, you feel like piece of shit, basically. Like literally, when I got my first code review, there was like 80 comments, something like this. 80 comments of bad quality code. So yeah, this is how you learn so quick then when you got to the job, actually. But this is the hardest part. And especially I watched some documentary actually yesterday about boot camps and so on, like coding. So there was like within last few years, there was a huge need for developers, and the industry opened so many boot camps. So a lot of people actually got huge jobs. Like literally they went for 3 months for a boot camp or for an online course. Within 3 months, they landed jobs, like almost everyone. Like there was a ratio of 80% of students, they landed jobs for like 80K, 90K for after 3 years. But it was like, that was the thing. And market kind of got saturated when it comes to juniors. So now it's a little bit harder, right? But still, I think market is huge, but it just requires a little bit more of work. So the problem is now it's this I would say the barrier to start is a little bit higher. But once you get there, once you get first job, then you just switch whatever you want. Like you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like if I would show you my LinkedIn, it's like I got like 6 DMs every single day. Every single day. People literally want to take me from one company to the other. So
send us some over. I'll take care of it.
I think
I can't go, but here is this guy.
I think a really cool thing Jacob said there was that the market is quite saturated. And I think a real good way of putting it is the typical entry into the market is really saturated, which means that just having a CV isn't going to cut it like it used to work. So just having a CV and applying to a job on their online portal and things like that is not going to have the same impact that it did maybe 5 years ago. And that's why we always try and push to say, like, if you have a portfolio where you just have proof of what you've done, and you can just get that portfolio in front of someone, even if you send a DM on LinkedIn to somebody who's inside the company or something like that, then they can just, all of that work is going to speak thousands of words. Whereas like a portfolio, like everyone's going to send in a CV, but you're going to be the only one who's going to send in, or maybe like a very few people are going to send in portfolios. And at that point, you immediately start building trust with them. And that's going to demonstrate a much bigger amount of like, that's going to demonstrate a much larger amount of skill, as opposed to somebody who could just list out a bunch of Python traits on a piece of paper. So that's really what I would recommend if you're going to do it. And even like if you built some cool stuff, some cool automations, just have that on your portfolio too. And then that's a story to tell. And what you want to do is you want to change these interviews into conversations. So it's just a conversation, as opposed to you sitting there getting fired at with questions, because in that way, you just start to build trust based off of conversation. And all you end up doing, honestly, the interviews start to become conversations about the stuff you've built, the bugs that they've run into, the bugs that you've run into. And it just becomes a really nice process, as opposed to like, you just sitting there getting gunned down by an interviewer. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing also about interviews. So whenever you apply, for example, to those FAANG companies, yes, they are those algorithm questions. But when I was applying for jobs in Berlin, when I moved from Poland, I didn't get any algorithm question, like literally any algorithm. I applied to like 5 or 6 companies. I mean, I came through 5 different interviews. And what I actually loved, because I wasn't prepared for those algorithms, because when you prepare for algorithms, all you do is like you literally learn them, so you know you have in your brain. It's like learning for a test, like literally, then you forget them probably.
Exactly.
But what I loved here is they asked me to do projects. Like in every interview, I had to build something, and I was actually enjoying this, because they, for example, they allowed me to use Google and so on. They told me, okay, here's the task. You have 1 hour. We are monitoring you here over like Zoom. And I was like, okay. And then they said, you have to work as you would work normally in our company right now. It means you can use Google, you can use whatever you want. I was like, shit, okay. And yeah, perfect. So this is why, I mean, I prefer this approach actually, because it really shows that you can do something, right? So don't be scared about that, because there are, I would say, even much more companies rather than those FAANG companies when you have those algorithm questions.
Yeah, most cases it is a case of just building something. They'll say like, this is an idea, why don't you go and build it? And then they'll make you use Google Translator or something, or some service, and they just want to see that you can implement it.
I mean, you can accept kind of a task, right? For example, if you apply as a backend for the position as a backend engineer, you'll expect like building the API, right? And playing with the database and so on, right? If you apply for a front end, they will probably ask you to do something with front end and so on. So that's also the thing you can predict.
Yeah. And also, guys, always go above and beyond what they ask. So like if they ask you to build like, let's say, a little front end and an API, I would honestly just go to the point of building a little front end of API and then deploying it, and then saying, oh, by the way, you don't have to pull this. You can just go to this website. I've already deployed it.
And then they're like, oh,
yeah,
this is
how
I won hackathons. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Then it's like, okay, this guy's gone the extra mile. And even like unit tests, if you've ever done some kind of testing,
that's super important.
Yeah, if you throw a test in there, they'll get really impressed. And then most people actually, they don't say include tests, but if you show that it's called test-driven development, I kind of hate it, but it's really good when you're trying to land a job. So yeah, it's definitely something to look into.
I think we could cover some of the future calls actually with tests. I mean, I work with the QR department, so I've coded a lot of different tests. And actually, kind of our last project, that's also there's also a different thought which I have. So whenever we create projects, I would say, I wouldn't put like projects to my resume from just a course, like let's say To-Do app, or like just like movie app. I would always do like the project and extend it with something else, or just build my own project, right? So for example, the thing which we built for last 5 calls, this automation, the Check.io bot. So it's basically the automation with Selenium and so on. I'm pretty sure if you show this to, if you applied for some entry position for Python, especially to the Q as a QR engineer, for example, I'm pretty sure that if you showed this Check.io bot, people will be like really astounded with it. So I'm just saying that never go with just basic tutorials, like projects from tutorials. Always try to extend it somehow, right? Build your own functionality, or just go with your own project. Then you literally will look much better.
Exactly,
I mean,
100%.
I want to tell you something. Going back to what you said, that the first time you get an interview and you show them a project, you feel like a piece of shit. I kind of really feel what you were saying, because first time I had my very first interview, it was when I was doing the school work experience in my country in Malta. And first time they were like, okay, we show you around, that's how it works, that's how the company works. And then they were like, okay, now you sit here. And I was beside I think he was a senior developer, most probably. I can't remember right now. But anyway, he said, okay, now here we go. Build a JavaScript calculator. And literally, I felt ready for any task they would have given me. But when they said build this, I was like, how do I start a PC? Like, to be honest.
Yeah. Super.
First they say, how do you start a JS file? I was like, you create a JSON file. And this was like 3 years ago. In 3 years ago, and I was still studying for web development. That's amazing, really.
I mean, yeah, it's super stressful, right?
Yeah.
Especially the first call, right? I mean, as soon as you go through a lot of different interviews, then you feel comfortable. But the first is the worst.
Yeah, at the time I was 13, 14, more probably. So on a 13-year-old boy giving all of that pressure, first time of working, and then someone be like watching you, okay, let's see what you're doing now. Okay, because you do something wrong, we're gonna fire you instantly. I'd be like, chill, man, come on, just chill.
Yeah, I mean, but it's all possible. I mean, my first internship, I couldn't even speak English very good. So, and I got this in Austria, and the thing is, so I passed the interview somehow. Like, it was really, I barely could communicate. And then when I knew I got the job and so on, they called me that congratulations. Everyone was like, fuck, really? No way. I'm going like 1,000 kilometers from my hometown, learn programming and so on, earn money, first job. And also, as I said, I couldn't really speak English that good. I mean, I just could understand something, but not that much. And the thing is that I asked what I'll be doing there. And for 7 minutes, the lady was talking to me on the phone. I didn't understand anything. I was like, yeah, cool, all good. Yeah,
okay, why not?
I can do this. So yeah, that's also a funny thing. That's
Jacob,
awesome.
to be honest with you, I'm from Italy. And first time I went down to Malta, because I wanted to study there and work there, and also learn English. First time I came there, the only thing I know was how to say my name and say, yeah, I'm fine. The only thing I knew were those questions, and that's all. So first time I went into an interview, they were like started speaking. Even at school, they were speaking so fast English and even their dialect there, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah.
But this is how you learn. This is how you learn, right? Once you are somewhere out, like totally not in comfort zone, right? So whatever it's like learning new language in different environment, or learning actually like programming in the different environment, then your growth is like rapid.
I personally don't like to be in my comfort zone, because that actually envelops me in a glass ball and just keeps me there. Like, can you do 1 + 1? Yes. Can you do 2 + 2? No, I'm not gonna do it. No, I like to just challenge myself and just keep going on.
It's really important, especially in the software engineering world. I mean, it's kind of actually this kind of world, because here almost every single day when you have a task, you kind of expand, because you solve problems, right? You solve problems, and if you get a new problem, you always expand, and so on.
I mean, I don't know. Can I ask a question to the whole group?
Yeah.
My main problem is like, they ask me to build something, or maybe just myself. I come up that I want to build something, and then I'm like, okay, I know what I want to do. I have got the logic in my head. I know kind of how to structure it. But when it comes to like doing the job, coding it, and then deploying it, I don't know how to do that. And this is what like keeping me off the track. It's just stopping me, because I know what to do. I've got the logic in my head, but I can't code it because I don't know maybe some functions. I'm just saying some words.
Yeah, this is how you learn Google and so on,
Does
right?
Does this happen to you too?
Of course, man. I mean, last time I was actually like literally last night I was in my bed and I was thinking about my exams on a high school, and I pick like math, and then I pick actually computer science. And then I was reminding myself like, okay, I had to solve like 3 tasks. One was in it was called the databases from the Microsoft. What was the name of this? Microsoft. This purple thing.
Oh yeah, Access.
Access, yeah,
Access.
that was the one thing, Microsoft Access, then Microsoft Excel, and then I had to solve C++ tasks. And the thing is that back then I was coding without internet because it was the exam, and I was like reminding myself, how the fuck I did this? Like literally, I went 3 hours exam without any internet. Right now, I couldn't do this. Like it's normal thing to actually ask Google, right? Find the information as quick as you can, and this is how you grow. Yeah, but by the way, guys, are you actually applying somewhere now? Are you trying to get something?
I had an interview yesterday.
Oh,
How did it go?
yeah.
Actually, it was not the technical part. It's a startup based in London. So I was just talking to the guy. He was asking me. He didn't even look at my CV. Just to put the previous stuff in context, he didn't even look at my CV. He was just asking, what can I do? And that I should show him some projects. So that's literally what happened. He's not even a techie guy. So it's just basic conversations, but they are going to get back to me on Friday, I think. But actually, one advice I have is that if you can ask what during the interview, if you can ask what your job will be, and what should you expect, that's a huge plus, because they start telling you, and then by the time you have to start brainstorming about this thing. And then it actually happened that he was saying that he wants a function or something that allows the user to schedule appointments, pay, and then provide like you can get in touch with the user on the information provided. And I was like, okay, I know something that I could embed. And then I was like, what if I send you a demo? And he was like, 100%, yeah, go on. And I sent it yesterday.
You did this. You built this.
I literally had to just embed the button from an external service. So it's already built. I'm just reusing stuff. I literally had to like this much of code.
Okay.
And then I made him a Loom video. I don't know if you know that. Check it out. It's super awesome. You can record your screen. You can record yourself while talking. That makes the whole thing personal. And I sent him a a video made by Loom in an email, and deploy the whole thing. And that's what I did. And he already watched it. So it's just more engagement stuff.
Nice.
Going
Good.
the extra mile.
Nice, well done.
Thanks.
Good, man. So again, when did you start coding?
At the beginning of April.
Dude, fuck.
Actually, I've always been struggling coding for the past 7 years, because high school, Pascal, I actually started learning Java, but it didn't go as well, and even a little Python. But
you didn't treat anything of those like.
Not really, because the teachers were not that good, to be honest. And then I kind of gave up for a little time, but then in uni there was a subject called web development, and then COVID-19 came. I saw the ads, and I was like, fuck yeah, why not? 5-day challenge, let's go. And here I am.
Nice, dude. And you are landing the job soon. Damn, that's good.
Hopefully.
You will get there, man. I mean, honestly, so when you come with this interview, you also get to the momentum, so you can start reaching out to more people and more. And also the tip from me is, guys, whenever you decide to start, send like at least 50 different, like send mail to at least 50 different companies. Like I'm not joking here. Whenever I switch a job,
I applied 200 plus openings.
I go everywhere. I knock to every door I see. So yeah, do this really. It's a numbers game. No, really, it's a numbers game when it comes to applying to the jobs, right? And yeah, by the way, so again, guys, is there any more of you? I mean, guys, are you applying? Are you in the process of applying?
I actually applied, yeah, to my
Oh.
because my dad's building a company. We actually had a company where we were trying to build a traveling agency with cabs, kind of like Uber, and it
Nice.
did work. But then we got in some financial issues, and some co-workers just went crazy, and we stopped everything. But I was actually in charge of the gateway payment and the website. So now that I've got more experience and I've got more knowledge about the subject, both web developing, and I'm trying to expand my knowledge with Node.js, because we were trying to use Braintree, but now it's like
What's the what's the Braintree?
Braintree is like payment gateway.
Okay.
Where you need the token.
Something like
It's
PayPal,
kind of like,
or like a Stripe PayPal? Okay.
Yeah, kind of Stripe PayPal. But now he said, can we move to Stripe, because Stripe is instantaneous, while Braintree takes 1 to 3 days to actually how do you say, to
process the
put
payment.
money on your, to actually put the money on your bank. It will send a, like, it's okay, the transaction was all good. They will detract the money from the account which is actually paying, but then to actually charge that money to your bank account, it would take up to 3 days. But with Stripe, it's instantaneous. So it's like, can we move to Stripe? And it's like, I don't know, I've never used Stripe. So that's the thing. Now tomorrow he's gonna have an interview, and then 6th July I'll have to go back to Malta, and in 4 days from there I should be having an interview with them as well.
That's
so
good.
I just have to speak with them, and maybe
Then
I'll
good
get
luck.
hired. Who knows?
Then good luck.
Thank you.
Then let us know. Let us know, right? I mean,
For sure.
from here, recently, like I don't know. I mean, recently, like it was like three weeks ago. Andrea got a job as a Django developer. So yeah, we got people, and still waiting for more. I'm still waiting for more. Like we got so many talented people, right? Like Tom, Shimna, we got David. Like there are like so many people. I see you guys here every call. What's the progress, guys? When you are you applying? Like Nazir, I know, but you are super young. I don't know if you want to apply yet, or you want to start with freelancing. I know you land the client for something, right? You did land. You landed someone, Nazir, right?
Yeah, the video editing part.
This guy is crazy. This guy is creating Django project in 1 week. This getting the clients there. Yeah. When I was 15, I was playing Minecraft, man. Nice. No, but really, like Shimna, Tom, David. I think I see more of you guys here. Are you guys applying, or what's your status?
I'm gonna teach next school, yeah. Some
Sorry?
Python. Jacob.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach in high school.
Okay.
Next year. Some Python, and we're gonna do data science. I don't know how to say it in English.
Just data science
Koło
class?
naukowe, jak to jest po angielsku?
Yeah. Oh shit. It's like science club, something like this. Additional science club in a high school, right? With the Python data science.
Maybe, yeah.
Cool. That's good.
This is the plan minimum, but I'm not gonna.
But it's cool. But are you planning also to just get like a job as a developer?
More like freelancer, but I'd like to build my own SaaS.
Oh, nice. It's also the way. Pretty good. Like SaaS is, so for all of you who don't know, SaaS is a business model which works as a software as a service. So basically you have like a monthly, for example, payments, and you just charge your clients monthly. It's pretty cool because it's highly scalable. So it's really good.
SaaS?
No, it's just...
Yes, Samuel.
SaaS.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
SaaS.
SaaS was like,
yeah, because SaaS is something with CSS.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
CSS preprocessor.
Oh, yeah. There is. No, but really, like Tom,
Nice
Shimna,
comment there.
David, you guys...
Jacob,
yeah?
I have actually uploading my Upwork.com and all. I'm placing my profile.
Where are you placing it again?
And
Because it was some.
freelancer.in, two sites.
Okay, okay.
Upwork.com as well as freelancer.in. But when I go there, it is not complete. It takes time, I guess, that process.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make it better. That I do in parallel. And one more thing is I want to work from remote. That's the only possible thing. So when David was saying, can we apply for some companies also in a remote way?
You are
or
asking.
Only freelancing is I'm asking.
No. Not only, like more and more companies, especially after COVID, they are changing the kind of the hiring process and the whole business model that they prefer to doing home office. So normally there are a lot of my friends actually from Poland, because in Poland you get normally a kind of shitty salary. So they and Polish developers are super crazy talented. So a lot of people from Poland, actually my friends, they got a lot of clients from US, Germany, and so on, and they just work remotely, like literally full time from their home offices or just from like co-working spaces. So it's all possible. But for Upwork and freelancer.com is just a good place to just start and just get some smaller projects done. So for example, when it comes to especially Upwork, there was one guy in this course. He was also in a Profitable Shortcut. So this guy was he started coding in Python, and he actually approached me even for like private tutoring. We've done a lot of private tutoring together. And basically, in the beginning, I showed him a lot of Python basics, so on. Then what he did extremely, after like, I don't know, 10 days of learning Python, he went to Upwork. He took like a lot of different jobs. And basically on those private coaching calls, I was building those projects with him. So he was even like, he was paying me and he was kind of earning this money at the same time. But it was extremely, risky. But he did this, and he even profited on top of that. And now he's building his own company after like 3 months. So yeah, it's a really good place to start. It's a really good place to start.
Yeah, I love your face, David. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, back in time, I remember even I was like taking a private coaching in high school, actually, from C++, because I wasn't that talented when it comes to algorithms and so on. So I was paying someone, and I just know that it was like literally a great boost for it. But this kind of the level that he pay me, that I teach him, and he in the same time we build the project and he earns them. that was crazy. That was crazy. When he told me this later, I was like, what? You made like he in one of his projects he made 10K a month, and he paid me probably like, I don't know, 300, 400 for like few lessons, and we built during those classes a project worth 10K. So yeah, it's all possible, guys. It's all about the client, actually. It's all about the client in the end, right? Because also the problem with this Upwork and freelancers, sometimes it's super hard to start because you compete with a lot of people who, for example, can announce like, yeah, I will do your web scraper for like $5 an hour, right? And that's the problem there. Like in the beginning, yeah, you should take whatever you can, but after a few projects, I would rather go for a higher paying projects. And even if you don't have, because there's a lot of things depends on your reputation on those websites. So when you go there, you probably see all of those developers with like 50 stars, whatever, like reviews and so on, and you're asking yourself like, how can I compete with those guys, right? But you just have to think that on the other side, people who actually have the projects who will pay you, they are humans. So you can approach them by, for example, private mail, and you can, like this guy, my student, actually, he had a special tactic which he said, all right, here's the thing, I'm professional, I will give 20% of your project for free, so I can show you that I can deliver, and then they were hiring him for the better salaries without building Upwork or freelancer profile. So it's all possible. It's all about the strategy, right? So you always have to think outside the box. It's same, for example, for applying for FANG companies. What my friend did is, normally you have no chance that your CV, because they're using the resume parsers. So whenever you put your resume there, it's read by a parser which just reads keywords. And if your keywords doesn't match, they just don't give a fuck about you. They just skip your CV because they get probably like 10K resumes every single day at least, right? Like Google, can you imagine? Like everyone is applying to Google. So what my friend did is he knew that he wanted to go to London. He wanted to move to London, and he got there's a LinkedIn premium for free, 1 month. And when you got the LinkedIn premium, you can filter people by different criteria and so on. What he did, he filtered all of the developers from FANG companies from London. He invited them to friends with the simple message: hey, I see you are working here and here. I know that those companies, they had huge beneficial, how it's called, the programs. So if your friend who you recommend get hired in those companies, you get like 10K. So he showed them like his website with blog and so on, and he was recommended with every big company by those guys, and he got actually interviews with FANG companies without even applying them directly. So you have to always think outside the box, right? It's all possible when it comes to this. So I highly recommend you guys, if we are on this momentum right now, after this call, if you are thinking literally about switching careers, if you know at least something, right? If you are, let's say, in this course for like 2-3 months, I would and do like did some project, I would highly recommend you to like apply. I mean, I don't know, otherwise there won't be a better time for it, right? You can always have this excuse like, yeah, 1 more week, 1 more project, then I will do it. So that's what I would suggest. Cool. That was pretty great, let's say, entry talk. We have still some time.
Nice conversation.
We have still some time. So we can do something. I'm not sure. Maybe we can do something with Django slowly. Since we don't have that much time, maybe we can slowly start planning the project together. That would be something fun to do, actually. Let me share my screen.
Something, Jacob. This is just an idea. Why don't we make something that it's kind of a whole resume of what we all did in the course. So
what do you mean?
Let's say we build an application that maybe is using. I'm just giving some ideas, but I don't know what you guys have done in the course, because I still haven't started the course yet. I'm just focusing on the JavaScript course. It's first time I'm also hearing about Python and all of the practical stuff we can do. So maybe getting something which is intercourse between what we've all done.
Like a resume, build a resume. I mean, it's also the thing, but in order to do this, you kind of have to have a lot of projects. So I would rather suggest focus on just one project you can show. Like last time we just built like literally the automation script, which is from zero to complete script. You can run and show something how it works. And I would say when it comes to learning Python, Django, I would do kind of the same thing. Like this is a good idea, but maybe for like literally later when all of the people who have like a couple of the projects and wants to build something. Because now all we could do is just basically create the like HTML site and just put the projects, but we don't have the projects. So that's kind of, that end. So I would suggest think about something we can all create and as a web app, like some web application. So right now, let's do a brainstorm. I will share my screen. And I'll open, let's say I'll open, I have always problem with some, text editors. Let me just run it in the terminal. Let's do Profit with Python. Let's do touch project.txt. Okay, and let's open it. Okay, guys, it's all about you right now. Literally drop anything you ever dreamed about as a project, and you have a high chance that actually will pick it as a project. So let's say Django, which is like web app full stack project ideas, right? Let's do a brainstorm.
Is there anything I need to download for Django?
So Larry, are you, how far are you with Python course?
Oh, I stopped at the crash course to JavaScript because I wanted to get a little bit better at Python before I started going through that.
So you do JavaScript right now?
No. So I stopped going into module 9, you see.
Oh shit, so then you know what's like virtual environment, right?
Yeah.
So you just install Django with the virtual environment with the pip install Django, and that's it. Boom, you have Django. Oh. it's super simple.
It's been a little bit. I've been off a few weeks due to some other things, so I haven't had a chance.
No worries, no worries. Just go to Django website and read a few first lines, or or go to module with the movie app, and you'll get the idea again. Because I mean, so you did this like back in time. So did you work with my module or with Kazi's one? Because before Kazi had a recorded module, and I changed it for I updated it.
Yeah, I did both, I believe.
Okay, cool.
That was, I think, 3 weeks ago, though.
Yeah, cool. So basically, there's the simple command which creates the Django project. Okay, guys. So ideas. Let's go.
So Jacob, maybe I was thinking we can do a demo version of the project you built for that email scraper.
But it's it's not like the web app. It's just a scraper. It's like a script. It's just a script. It's like a Python script, right? So it's.
But okay, it's not related to this one. But maybe we can do it sometime.
Okay, let's do Python. Let's do just Python project ideas for next few calls. Maybe you don't want to do Django. Let's just list all of the projects you want. So you want to build like but the thing is, it was
of that.
Yeah, but it was super precisely done for the particular software. It was scraping ConvertKit, right? So it was really particular case I wanted to do. It's the problem with it that it's not like universal project. We had the software ConvertKit, and I went literally on this website to our business and I script our mails. So it's kind of super narrow topic, right? If you have any idea other like some scraper, then yeah, let us know. I'm waiting, guys.
Could we do something like, not much like a shop? Like we have some data in the database that we upload from an admin panel. Let's say some, I don't know, beers, some goods, the stuff, and then we do like a front application, which basically there's a search bar, and we send a query to the server for like we search for school goods, for example. And
I mean, so Samuel, what you're doing right now is kind of going step further. Is how would you build something? I want you to literally don't think about programming at all, not like backend database, nothing at all, nothing. Right now, I just want to say you something like, yeah, I want to build Netflix. Then we'll deep dive and we pick the project. All right, let's just someone draw a line on my screen. Thanks, guys. Yeah, just a project, not like there will be database search bar. No, just think about like super simple. Think like a kid, you don't know programming, nothing. Just what do you want to build?
Okay, Jacob.
Yeah.
Maybe it should be maybe because Django is super on cybersecurity, like you said. Maybe it should be some application which provides women information about the monthly cycle.
About what?
Monthly cycle.
Monthly cycle?
Cykl.
What again?
Cykl.
What's that? I don't know what is it.
Wait, is he talking about like a monthly subscription thing?
I don't know. No, I don't know actually, Tomasz. I don't know, really know what you mean. You can I don't know. I mean, but I think it still will be something. I want to build something like also something you can show on a resume, right? Like whenever you apply to the company and you list this project, that the guy will be like, shit, what is this project about? Because when I landed, like when I applied to companies, I had also a lot of talks about my past projects. They asked me everything I did in the project when the project was interested. So one of the project I built was, for example, the whole, not my project, but I was building this with the company, is we had the Airbnb, you know the Airbnb, right?
Yeah.
So there's an Airbnb. We built a special scraper for Airbnb. So we got all of the properties in the UK from Airbnb and some different websites, like free websites. We got all of the data. It was like literally millions of records. We got all of this. Then we had the data scientist who was doing like some weird calculation on all of this data. And we had our own project, like the nice map, which shows you the areas on the map. So let's say you have like 300K to invest, right? You pick the area you want to buy the property, and then you would see if the property you want to buy is worth investing, because you have all of the data from past proceed through some data scientist tasks. So it would tell you if the property is like overpriced or like under the price, if it is worth to investing in this area, because they had like literally the data, like how much is the night here and so on. So that was really cool project, and people like ask me, wow, that was so cool, what did you use, and so on. But now I just want to think, what can we build all together? Like literally super simple idea without any overthinking of database technology. We'll get there, no worries.
My bad.
Okay, I was thinking about fertility model.
What is this? I don't know what is this. How to write it?
Okay.
You can write it on the chat. I'll just copy.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Jacob.
Yep.
I'm not sure if I'm connecting because my Wi-Fi is bad. I posted an e-commerce site with full functionality with a shopping cart, authentication, inventory, description, all that stuff. That's one idea. Another one is an Airbnb or a reservation type of system. You know.
Hold on. Let me write all of this. But I just wanna open the Zoom chat because I never have access to your chat and I never see what you type. So again, e-commerce.
E-commerce, fully functional with the payment, authentication.
The payments, you know, we can a little bit fake, but yeah, all good. Yeah. So basically, AUF, cards, products, users. Yeah, so it's authentication. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I have some experience. I built actually the e-commerce from scratch, and I can tell you it's that's a big project. Like e-commerce is one of those projects I don't want you to vote for, because those are like thousands lines of code if you want to build it from scratch. But we have it here.
That's a major project. I understand.
We have it here.
I started a little bit.
Thomas said fertility model for women.
What do you say? Okay.
He said fertility model for a woman. That's what Thomas
fertility
said.
Model for woman. Okay, I haven't.
Yep.
That's to be pregnant.
Yeah, probably.
I guess
what do you
using some data science. If you're using a modeling, you're doing some data science.
Exactly.
What do you want to build with me, guys? I just wanted to build Netflix.
Yeah, okay, let's go. We can build Netflix if you want to.
Okay, I'll just put it here. We can. All right. Something with Airbnb, right? What was this with there?
Yeah. So if you
like the clone.
A clone. You want to rent down your apartment or something, or your property.
Nice. That's good. Webcam monitor detector is not like a web. It's more like machine learning project. I wouldn't even have that much experience there. It's more like about math rather than programming there, right? So I would skip this part only because it's more about this, right? It's cool project, webcam monitor detector, but it's not about like. It's more data science and machine learning.
Could we do something like paid products? Like you need to pay before watching that video or that content.
With the fake money, right?
Yeah, kind of fake money.
But again, like what what would be the idea? Like, don't really
For
get
example, you have a website that says, okay, I've got this amazing course which talks about how to build a game, for example, and you've got 2-3 pictures which are free to watch. They're free to open, but then you've got all the full course, which is before you access the course, you need to pay it. You need to pay the access to the course.
Okay. The problem is, I mean, not the problem, the challenge. Hosting those videos, right, and so on. That's something we may think of. But basically, I got you. What do you mean? I don't really know how to name it. It's like a video platform with payments methods,
Yeah,
something like this.
kind of.
Okay.
Udemy launch.
Hold on. Video platform with payments.
Yeah, or dictionary.
Okay. What you got, guys? Come on, I wanna hear something like.
Okay, Jacob.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something like a web for independent workers, so you can hire them and then can go to your home and then you can rate them with stars if they're good, so another user can enter and see who has the best star, how the comments are from that worker. And in the end, as a business idea, those independent workers can pay you for your service, not for your platform.
I mean, you want to do something like Upwork, like freelancer.com?
Not exactly like Upwork. I mean something for professional, like doctors, people who can go to your home and make a job for you.
Yeah, but the main idea of the platform is platform when you can hire someone and so on, and offer the job.
Yes, yeah, for the job that you want to be done, and then you can rate them.
So it's like Upwork.
But
for different
something
people.
like that.
Okay, let's do it.
Jacob, I think it's actually asking for you know, when you hit a call for the plumber that you need a plumber, but just to get all of that in an application. Maybe I need a hairdryer or a plumber.
Yeah,
or, I don't know.
It's like a job board.
Yeah.
Yes, and then you can have like a map. I mean, not like a map that are closest to your area.
Okay, with map.
Look at map, and then you can check it, and then if it's good, and how much it's gonna cost. Yeah,
sounds good.
Like the idea.
Sounds good. I will put this as Upwork clone job board with map. Then we can extend the ideas, right? I just wanted to have like separate few ideas. Let's pick some more ideas. We'll pick them after the call. Like I'll make the poll in the Slack channel. After the call, probably tomorrow morning, I'll think also about some of my ideas. But yeah, let's continue with them. What else do you have, guys?
A better WordPress.
What do you mean? Sorry, Andrea?
A better WordPress.
Oh, you want to
WordPress.
build the whole...
Yeah.
Something which will generate the code with Python. Wow, that's something I wanted to build all like...
I want to build this like since I was 5. I don't know. No, not since I was 5, but I really hate WordPress. Yeah.
So something which generates the code when you put blocks on it. It's something I wanted to always develop, and I always, when I looked at those, like when I thought about those, let's say those website builders and so on, like when you just put blocks or something, I was like always shocked, like, but then there's a code auto-generated underneath.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is great.
You can do that. I mean, there's a Django CMS thing. I just Google it right now.
There is.
So there is. I will put it here in the chat for you to look at.
Yeah. Cool.
An idea.
What's the AirDNA?
I just read WordPress and I'm literally dying.
Short term. Hold on. What is this? What is this? It's like Airbnb, isn't it?
I don't know that one. I think it's for vacations or no?
This is to leverage the actual rental of Airbnb properties. And as an Airbnb potential Airbnb investor, if you want to search for data on how the area is doing. For example, in Warsaw City, you want to know how is the market for Airbnb, whether there's an occupation rate.
Isn't it something I just told you that I built this with company? Actually, like literally that checks the how is the area doing and so on.
Yeah, actually,
Nice.
it gives you the map graph data information, and you can
sounds good.
possibly check for whether it's a good investment to invest for Airbnb property there.
Okay. Yeah, that's sounds good. I mean, a lot of data science, but we can skip this part and simplify a few things. But this project will allow us to do a lot of stuff with my favorite part of Django, which is queries. I love querying in Django. Okay, something. Do you have more ideas?
Build some game with Pygame.
Sorry. Hold on. Yep. Samuel.
You go first in the series. No, you go first in the series.
Nazir. Yeah.
Build something with Pygame or RenPy, like a game.
Yeah, we can build the game. You have some idea for a game?
Maybe we can make that Flexbox copy.
Again? To copy
the
of what?
Flexbox Froggy.
Ah, the game Flexbox Froggy. Shit, that's a challenge thing. I have no idea how to do it. Okay.
What? That's it. Are you actually talking also about like doing like a 2D game which uses Canvas and stuff like that, or like a web game?
I would think 2D game. I'm not going to the 3D games. It's then it's not Python at all.
Pygame can only take 2D game.
Yeah, 2D games. I've built like a Space Invaders,
Space
or whatever.
Invaders.
Yeah.
The book.
Yeah.
Fitness tracker.
Sorry, could you repeat?
Bug tracker.
What
I saw
tracker?
in Slack one video. Bug tracking too.
Like
bug.
You can't talk at the same time, guys. Okay, hold on. Shimna
I saw in the
first.
Slack one. I saw in the Slack recently one video was written like if you do that project, you will get a job for sure. And it was about bug tracking too. It involves everything, it seems. Like a user places the code, and that when a bug is seen by the testers, they put it in there like that, and admin will be there. So
do you have like some company which does it already or something, so we can clone it?
Bugzilla sort of.
Could you send the link? Could you send the link or something?
It's there in the Slack recently. It was there. In our Slack, someone had posted. Yeah, one video was posted recently.
I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry. I'm confused. I'm not sure.
You're basically just tracking bugs you find in some application.
Oh, like there's okay, so for example, my company, we are using the Elasticsearch, I believe, for this. We have like the logger. We have like in my company, for example, we are using we have the logger which logs every test, and it sends the data to Elasticsearch, and then we have all of the logs filtered as we want. So I don't think if we want to build something like this, honestly. No, I wouldn't do that stuff like this. Honestly, it's first of all too complicated, and I just want to do something like super fancy, which you show. It's more about showing the project to actual job provider and landing the job with the project. There was a movie. I think someone linked this on a Slack, but I'm not sure. A video called "The One Project You Need to Land the Job."
Yeah,
but
I saw. That's why I asked.
But yeah, I can't really remember. We can build
I really like this one, Jacob. This one.
The bug tracker. That's exactly what that they said.
Really? No way.
Yeah.
The bug tracker.
It doesn't have to use Elasticsearch. It could just do something very simple as SMTP, like a reminder. Okay, I found bug, you know, send an email to whoever, to a group.
But how would you how would you run like I'm
So
just not sure how you run it. Like, okay, let's say I have a script or something, right? And there's a bug, and what?
No, I mean, someone has to enter it, right? A user or a QA person, whoever, or developer, the developer, QA team, whoever, enters the bug. So you have a place to store your bugs, and then you have to, I don't know, you could prioritize it, some sort of view, separate views, and you have some functionality to mark it as done. It's almost like a to-do bug tracker, right?
Okay.
So something like a to-do.
Okay, let's have it in a list. Let's have it in a list then. Yeah, I'm open.
It's kind of a challenge, but if you think about it, it's actually a bit easier to, because you just get a database with all the error information, and then
you just pass logs there, right, to the database, kind of, and then you have nice filtering in the script. I see.
Kind of like a glorified message board with a bunch of little, you can tack on a file or comments, or it could even be like a knowledge base almost, that the bug tracker, the features.
Oh, the bug tracker. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Except it has approval workflow, right? Sort of, almost like a GitHub type of thing. If you want to, you say it's approved or you completed it.
Okay, I mean, if we vote for it, then you have to guide me, guys. But yeah, let's have it. Maybe you want to build some. What else do we have? I mean, we have a lot of applications.
Search engine.
Here, guys. Search engine. Oh man, let's not build the search engine. Yeah, when we go, I'll show you how to get the ideas. This is this website, guys, Product Hunt. This is the website when people, whenever they create a new product, startup or whatever, they put it here, and you can really get the nice things from here, nice discounts and so on, and ideas actually. Like, look at this. Easy poker, host poker nights without chips or playing cards. Goodbye chatbots. Okay. Group message, share message publicly in a Slack transcript. Venture capital platform. Quickly find up-to-date brand assets. Guides, principles, strategies. Like there's a lot of stuff to do. I see the chat. Oh, automate website data. Yeah.
Wait, what do they mean by automating websites data?
I don't know, man. That's just a pitch how they have it. Automate. Where is it? Automate website data. This one, data extraction. So it's probably some scraper. Yeah, exactly. So probably you click what you want to get, and it's create the scraper by its own. I don't know. Oh shit, my MacBook starts to die. All right, guys, let's have those ideas. You can put some more on a Slack or DM me, and I will create the post and everything soon, probably tomorrow.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
And yeah, like I'm super excited for it.
Same.
We'll be building this.
I'm hoping for the e-commerce one.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm into it.
E-commerce is cool. You will learn really a lot. I have some knowledge about it, so I can guide you. So, but yeah, we'll vote. We'll vote for it. Okay. We'll vote for it. Okay, guys. You have some questions in the end, something, because I gotta go.
I just have a couple other ideas, like a TripAdvisor, something like, you want to travel and get reviews or see or post pictures, like that.
Yeah. Could you just DM me them? That would be perfect. Yeah, guys, if you have ideas, just DM me, and then I'll do the final post with this, and it will vote for it. Cool.
Yeah, this one was really chill. It was a chill coaching call. I liked it.
Yeah, we haven't coded anything in this one. Yeah, normally we code a lot. But we have to do those as well. Like, I think like there's need to be balance. Sometimes we code, but sometimes having conversation is also cool.
Yeah, we also arrange for the next coaching calls.
But once we pick the project, there will be only coding.
Okay.
But this is when there's only like 5 people on the call in the end. Once we start building things, there's like in the end just 5 people. So I wanted to have also those coaching calls. We just talk and have fun. Because in the JavaScript community, people like dance and so on. And here in my community, there's like people in the end like going for a drink. There's like a lot of code everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, Jacob. Tell us which session is this? I mean the number from the beginning of the period.
Which you mean? Which coaching call is
Which
it? Like
call?
the number? Oh,
Yeah.
like what do you mean? Like which one are you asking? Like the current one?
Yeah,
Or-
because you just said at the end we will be just circa 5 people. Yeah.
I mean, you have all of them stored. You have all of them stored.
In this session.
You have all of them stored in the course. You can just watch. Like you have titles also, so you'll see whenever there are more people and so on. Yeah. Cool, guys.
Okay.
All right, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for joining. Hope you enjoyed, and I'm excited for your ideas and for the project. See ya next week.
Peace.
Bye.